Coming up tonight on Middle Tennessee News, minors in Rutherford County can claim part of a settlement if they have been jailed for minor misdemeanors. Local communities are trying to improve local relations with law enforcement, and CARES Act funds are going out as loans to help small businesses in Rutherford County. All those stories plus your local weather and sports. Middle Tennessee News starts right now. Good evening, I'm Noah Brady. Welcome to Middle Tennessee News. 1,450 people jailed illegally as minors in Rutherford County can claim part of an $11 million class action settlement. The Rutherford County Juvenile Detention Center has regularly jailed children for misdemeanor charges, including truancy, school fights, and disobeying parents. However, Tennessee law states that children cannot be jailed unless they are charged with a violent felony, a weapons offense, or a probation violation. A settlement back in June states that those eligible will receive $4,800 per illegal incarceration and $1,000 per arrest. Those filing a claim must be under the age of 25 because of the statute of limitations. The deadline to file a claim is October 29th. No injuries after a gunshot after a Stewart's Creek football game in the parking lot. The gunshot stemmed after a fight between juveniles at the game. Detective Andrea Butler led the investigation. He charged Malik Gilmore, who was the shooter, with reckless endangerment and possession of a gun on school grounds. 17-year-old Santez Benningfield was also charged with possession of a weapon, theft, and felony possession of marijuana Monday night. Murfreesboro Police Department are urging people to be on the lookout for a missing man. 68-year-old James Michael Spain was reported missing by a family member on September 30th. Spain was released from St. Thomas Rutherford Hospital on September 29th and has not been heard from since. James Michael Spain is white, 5 foot 10 inches tall, and weighs 245 pounds. He suffers from PTSD among several other medical conditions. Spain is known to hang around motels on Chaffin Place. If you have any information, contact Detective Julia Cox at 629-201-5514. Murfreesboro Police Department and Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation are partnering to host the National Night Out Against Crime. The event will take place Tuesday, October 5th at Patterson Park Community Center from 5 to 8 o'clock p.m. The National Night Out Against Crime is an event to heighten crime prevention awareness and build relationships between residents and police officers. Mothers Over Murder, or MOM, is a community support group which supports parents and families who lost their children to an act of senseless violence. These mothers are healing and working to reduce violence in their communities. The Smyrna Police Department is hosting an open house for National Night Out. The event will be holding demonstrations, tours of the facility, and a hands-on activity to inform and engage our community about law enforcement. There will be SPD officers, dispatch personnel, SWAT, and other service divisions running the event. The open house will be held on Tuesday, October 5th, 2021 from 5 to 8 p.m. This is a great event to bring your neighbors and police force together as one. To learn more, visit natw.org. The Greater Nashville Regional Council's 2021 Marshall S. Stewart Award is making its way to Smyrna. Smyrna Mayor Mary Esther Reed is the recipient of this award, and it was presented to her during the annual membership luncheon last week. Mayor Reed began her political career in 2003 when she was elected to the Smyrna Town Council. She was the vice mayor from 2009 to 2013 and then became mayor in 2013. Mayor Reed is the first female to hold that position in Smyrna. She was recognized for her outstanding leadership in advancing transportation plans and programs that improve the region's transportation system. This week, Smyrna Natural Gas will be celebrating National Public Natural Gas Week. They plan to spread awareness about the value of having a nonprofit natural gas utility in their community. In a natural gas utility, decisions are made locally and the utility pays close attention to how they can help their customers. Smyrna Natural Gas provides safe and efficient gas to over 11,600 citizens in Smyrna and Laverne. If you would like to learn more about how natural gas works or the benefits, please contact your local utilities safety coordinator. Rutherford County government launching Thank RC Heroes campaign. As of October 4th, Rutherford County's government will soon be launching a new campaign focused on supporting a diverse group of professionals within the Rutherford community. They are being thanked as a whole for their navigation of challenges experienced throughout the pandemic. The campaign has been labeled #ThankRCHeroes, and some of the standout groups represented by this campaign are nurses, doctors, public safety persons, and teachers. Rutherford County Mayor Bill Ketron confirmed CARES Act revolving loan funds eligible for small businesses. The Greater Nashville Regional Council, GNRC, of the Loan Program Administration provides a cost and flexible financing options on the impacts of the pandemic. CARES Relief Program makes it possible for companies to start up and eligible business owners to apply for loans up to $500,000. After the 24-month period, there will be no charge less than 4 percentage points under the lesser money interest rate. The National Fire Prevention Week has officially started and will last until October 9th. This year's Fire Prevention Week is focused on learning about the sounds of smoke and carbon monoxide alarms. The campaign is designed to raise awareness about what the different sounds mean and how to react to them. Fire Prevention Week dates all the way back to 1925, where President Calvin Coolidge made an event a national observance. The observance is always held in the week of October 9th in honor of the Great Chicago Fire. To find out more information, head to nfpa.org. Still ahead, Middle Tennessee State University's Board of Trustees just approved and moved forward with the appointment of Murat Arik to the Jennings and Rebecca Jones Chair of Excellence in the Urban and Regional Planning. This role will assist him in further developing plans relevant to the mid-state region, as well as research and services related to the Nashville and Clarksville metropolitan areas. Arik has expressed his excitement to serve as a resource for the broader community in the Middle Tennessee counties. Still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, you won't believe what squirrels can do. That's coming up later tonight, but first, the Tennessee Farms Bureau is celebrating 100 years of existence, and MTSU is bringing several authors to its campus to talk on important social issues. That's coming up next on Middle Tennessee News.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Middle Tennessee is not the first place many think of when it comes to marine biology. One MTSU professor is bringing hands-on ocean exploration to the Blue Raider campus.
MTSU Research Assistant Professor Cole Eason has brought his love of marine sponges and marine biology to the Blue Raider campus. With one of his 2 National Science Foundation grants, Eason has also been able to bring student workers with him to the Florida Keys to work on multiple sponge research projects.
So this research will sort of help us see how sponges fit into these broader coral reef ecosystems. And coral reefs are important in terms of biodiversity, but also economically, and they're in rapid decline currently globally. One of the big hurdles we have is understanding how they work. We have trouble sort of protecting and restoring them because they're so complex that we don't necessarily know the best strategy. So our research is trying to figure out how sponges fit into this bigger picture, with the hope that with this information, we can understand how nutrients cycle in these ecosystems better, and hopefully that would help us protect and restore these habitats in the future. Coming to MTSU, I hope to bring my love for sponges and for marine science in general here, and provide opportunities for research for students in landlocked Tennessee. The interest in marine biology is no less, despite the fact that Tennessee doesn't have an ocean. So I hope to provide opportunities for students that are interested in marine science despite not being on the beach.
First meeting with Dr. Eason, I spoke to him about, I've always wanted to be a marine biologist, but we live in Tennessee. Everyone's always kind of laughed at that idea. And one of the first things he said to me was, it doesn't matter if you live in Florida on the coast, if we have to go to Panama to work, you still have to fly. And that kind of opened my eyes to how we just travel. We travel to the research area no matter where you're at, everyone has to travel. And it just really opened up that opportunity to finally pursue that dream. My advice to any students looking to get into research would be some advice that I received from one of the professors, Dr. Otter, years ago, that has been the most influential just working in the field of getting into research. And that is to find the papers of the people you want to talk to, look at their papers, read their papers, and ask genuine questions that you really want to know about. They will be more than happy to answer the questions and talk to you.
For faculty that would like to do research, my advice would be to start small. Most large grants require you to have some sort of preliminary data, and MTSU offers several opportunities with internal funding to give you, small pots of money for seed funding that can help you generate that preliminary data or help you refine that initial question that you might have, and you can then leverage that into larger proposal to these bigger grant agencies. That was my approach. I got internal grants for seed funding, leverage that data to ultimately support my NSF grants.
That was Stephanie Barrett reporting. For more information, visit mtsu.edu Office of Research and Sponsored Programs. Blue River Memorial Park will be hosting Halloween fun at the park this Friday. Visit the soccer field at Blue River Memorial Park this Friday, October 8th, for a family-friendly night of spooky fun. The park will be hosting pony rides, games, and the Haunted Trail and Bridge Walk from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. And don't forget to visit the Pumpkin Patch. The event is sponsored by local PTOs and businesses, including the free 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. drive-through trunk or treat sponsored by Poor Boys Car Club. Costumes are encouraged. Tennessee Farm Bureau Federation released its September 29th edition of In the Loop, highlighting the resignation of President Aiken. Farm Bureau President Jeff Aiken announced that after 6 years of service, he will not be running for re-election in December. In honor of 100 years of existence, the Federation is launching the 100 for 100 campaign, encouraging supporters to donate $100 for 100 years. All donations should be made online by November 30th, with the winning county Farm Bureau receiving a celebration for their efforts. For more news and information, visit tn-farmbureau-.com. MTSU placed third in the 2021 Rutherford Heart Walk last week. Funds raised by the walk will be used for research and for the promotion of better heart health. MTSU's senior advisor for veterans, Keith Huber, placed fifth, raising over $1,000. Huber served in the U.S. Army, and he and his wife both have had open heart surgery. Participants began at Dean A. Hayes Track and Soccer Stadium at 8 a.m. MTSU School of Nursing Director Jenny Sauls helped sponsor a shoe drive. She also did an on-campus massage, raising more money for the cause. A Pulitzer Prize-winning author is visiting MTSU next week. Author Mitchell Jackson is coming on October 6th to speak about revisions people do and don't make about their lives. Jackson will be in the Tennessee room of the James Union Building at 10:20 a.m. The event will be part of MTSU's Pulitzer Prize series. Masks and other COVID safety criteria will be needed to be followed during the event. The talk will be followed by a reception and a book signing for Jackson's autobiographical novel, The Residue Years. Copies of all of Jackson's books will be available for purchase. Jackson's article, 12 Minutes and a Life, in a Runner's World magazine also won multiple awards. Economist Brian Kaplan is guest speaking at MTSU on Thursday, October 7th. The New York Times best-selling author will be visiting MTSU to speak about immigration issues. The lecture will be held at the State Farm Lecture Hall in the Business and Aerospace Building on campus. Guests will be able to ask Kaplan questions during the Q&A immediately following the presentation. Kaplan serves MTSU as a Perry-affiliated faculty member at the Jones College of Business. In his role, he presents lectures in the Nashville area and mentors economic graduate students at MTSU. Those interested in attending the lecture are asked to register online. Still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, I will have your full sports report in the MT Sports Den, and later we'll have a funny squirrel for you to celebrate Halloween with. Perfect. Great. Good job. Now I get to do my part. So now I get to do my part.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again.
One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Middle Tennessee News. I'm Noah Brady here in the MTN Sports Den with your Blue Raider Weekend Sports Report. To kick things off, let's throw it back to Saturday night at Johnny Red Floyd Stadium, where your Blue Raider football team hosted the Thundering Herd of Marshall University. The Blue Raiders returned home after a 3-week road trip to host Marshall for their third CUSA matchup of the year on Blackout Night. For the first time since early last season, the Raiders were able to put up a touchdown on their opening possession as they drove 62 yards and capped it off with a Mike DeLelio first touchdown of the season on a read option. This would be the only score of the first quarter as MT carried a 7-0 lead heading into the second. Chase Cunningham linked up with Jalen Lane and Jaron Pierce for touchdown connections, and Shaitan Mobley would get in on the action as well as he would head in for a 41-yard touchdown on his own. The Raiders retained their 28-14 lead going into the break and needed to put a stop to the Thundering Herd offense that was gaining momentum. The Raiders would only add 6 points to their total, but that would be all they would need as their defense would force 6 turnovers and MTSU would prevail to pick up their first conference win of the year as they defeated Marshall 34-28. MTSU improved to 2-2 on the year and will be looking for their third win of the season as they take on Liberty this Saturday at 2:30 p.m. MTSU was flowing with greatness last weekend as members of the Blue Raiders Sports Hall of Fame class of 2021 arrived. Celebrations kicked off on Friday night with a discussion panel at the Kennan Sports Hall of Fame building on campus. Members of the 2020 class were also given a chance to shine due to last year's COVID-19 pandemic canceling the event. The induction ceremony began Saturday afternoon with the 6 honorees that cemented their legacies with MTSU, reflecting on their fondest memories. As the legends gave their speeches, Desmond Boogie Yates shed some thoughts on what this achievement meant for him.
I'm grateful, man, that my time and my time here didn't go unseen. So that's the biggest thing I can say, man. I'm just simply grateful for this opportunity.
Speaking of 2-2 records, that is now where the women's soccer team's CUSA record sits after their matchup this weekend against FAU. That's right, the Lady Raiders were able to pick up their first CUSA road victory at FAU's soccer stadium. Taylor Hamlet, Peyton DePriest, and Sam Debayan all had 2 shots in the matchup, as Debayan was able to score the only goal of the game off Christine Like's assist coming off the corner kick. Defensively, the Raiders were very disruptive, only forcing MT's goalie Hannah Suter to make 5 saves on the night. This is Suter's second shutout of the year, and the Raiders' next stop on their road trip is the Charlotte this Thursday night as they face off against the 49ers at 6 p.m. Wrapping things up today in the Sports Den, let's take a look back at how the MT volleyball team matched up in their weekend series against Marshall out in Huntington, West Virginia. The weekend got off to a slow start for the Raiders as they fell short in their first match on Friday as they were on the wrong side of a reverse sweep. After falling out of the first set after jumping out to a 2-set lead, the Raiders dropped 3 straight sets, falling short 3-2. The tables would turn on Saturday though, as MT was able to come out on top 3-1. After splitting sets 1 and 2, the Raiders closed out a good weekend on a good note as they split the weekend series by winning the second match. Samara Lawson Body set a new career high with 20 kills as MT is now 3-1 in conference play. And wrapping up our show tonight, many know October simply as Halloween month. This year, even animals are celebrating. Take a look at this fuzzy squirrel trying to become the Scream as he gets some lunch. Thank you for joining us here on Middle Tennessee News. I'm Noah Brady. If you missed this or any show, you can watch them on our website, middletennesseenews.net. Make sure to follow us on our social media sites as well, Facebook/Middle Tennessee News or at Middle TN News on Twitter. We'll see you on Wednesday for our next show.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.